Metroid Prime 4 is releasing tomorrow, and this is really awesome unless you're living in Australia or a country that is ahead of the US and Canada. Overall, this game looks to be a really awesome game, but is it truly right for you? Now, there's a lot of factors that go into the game if it's right for you or not. Do you like shooters? Do you like exploring? Do you like a whole bunch of things? In this video, we're going to be diving straight into that. Let's get straight into it. So starting off, Metroid Prime 4 seems to be a really awesome game. It's been in development for 8 years, which is a really crazy thing, and it's finally here. You will be able to play this game on Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2, which is really awesome. It's awesome that they just didn't cut out the Nintendo Switch 1 section of the game like they did for Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World, and all those other games that were supposed to release on Switch 1. But hey, it's really awesome. This game does look amazing, however, on Nintendo Switch 2. You will be able to play it at 4K 60 or 1080p 120 FPS, which is really awesome. Nintendo Switch 1, you will be able to play the game at 1080p 60 FPS or 720 60 in handheld mode, which honestly is still fine. Now, this game, as a fact, is really similar to Halo. So if you remember back on either the original Xbox or the Xbox 360 or wherever in the world you played Halo, it is a very similar to, I would say honestly, Halo 3, where there was sort of boss fights, but you had to clear a whole bunch of enemies, which hey, makes a lot of sense. In Samus's new adventure, you will be exploring to upgrade Samus and make him super powerful. Kinda like Halo. And honestly, it's just a really fun game. It's a really interesting game. So if you don't like hand-holdy games where it tells you exactly where to go every single time, well then this game isn't actually that hand-holdy. Sure, there is a main objective, but you are freely able to explore. Do you want to go here? Well then you can explore, you can fight all the enemies that you want to fight, and honestly it's really awesome. There is a hub world, as I would call it. If you look at something like the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Hyrule Field is essentially the hub world, which in my opinion was kind of like a barren wasteland, but it still got the job done. You were able to go to your next mission. Did you want to go to Death Mountain? Did you want to go to Kakarika Village? Although you had to go in the same direction anyways. But hey, it essentially acts like Ocarina of Time, which is really cool. In this game, instead of going to Death Mountain and going to Hyrule Castle, or whatever the case may be, you will have the option to go to a desert biome, which is essentially the desert biome that you're already in, but a full level that's based around desert biome. You have the winter biome, you have the jungle biome, you have all of these biomes that you take your bike and you pretty much travel across. Pretty much like Link on his horse. This game definitely has a mix of a lot of different Nintendo IPs, and if you're interested in one of them, you might be interested in this one as well. If you like first-person shooters, well then instead of fighting other real people, you can actually fight some alien species, which is really great. Maybe you could practice on your aim, and once you jump into a battle royale or a first-person shooter at some point, you will be better than the rest of the competition because you trained on some alien invasions and alien species. Overall, it's really interesting. Each enemy has their own form to defeat them. Maybe some of them will have a super rock hard shield and you will have to blast them with your super powerful blast, or when they open up, you shoot their core. Whatever it is, it's your time to figure it out. When you're playing this game, you figure that out, alright? Mouse controls is very intuitive. If you didn't want to, play stick controls because you couldn't aim properly, or you're practicing for an esports tournament and an FPS game or something, well, guess what? You can use your mouse and it's really intuitive to practice your aim and all of those things. You will have different power-ups to upgrade and evolve, like unlock. You will have a VTOL ball, which allows you to do a bunch of different puzzles, and you'll be able to go on this like manually, so if you want to dodge around and kind of run into people, well then I guess you have a ball to do that. Don't run into people, I mean the aliens, I guess, if you wanted to. But overall, at the end of the day, it is a very exciting thing. The story seems to be very intuitive, and I think that if you weren't such a fan of just reading dialogue script, well, this story is maybe right for you because it keeps you really engaged with this game. It makes it feel like you're a part of the story. Now, of course, this is all off of Best Buy gameplay demos, but hey, it's still very, very interesting. Now, another thing that you might like about this game is when it comes to the boss fights. So we previously talked a little bit of boss fights, we previously talked a little bit about enemies, but boss fights are a whole separate meat and potatoes. Now, these boss fights will honestly allow you to unlock your true potential. So some boss fights might be a giant mecha robot. Other boss fights might be a giant squirmy worm where you have to defeat him in some way. And maybe some of your powers will come in useful, like your telekinesis. Maybe there's a door that's blocking in this boss fight and you have to use telekinesis powers to get up to it. Or maybe you have to use your telekinesis powers to get rid of a special spot on top of it. Whatever it is your way to explore. It is your way to figure out how things are done in this game, which honestly, it works fine. It completely works fine. So yeah, at the end of the day, you really gotta sit there and think, do I like a game like Halo? Do I like being able to figure out how things are done? Do I like the fact that I'm able to upgrade Samus and do all of that stuff? Overall, it is pretty much up to you at this point, and I pretty much laid out some of the groundworks for you. So hey, explore your heart's content. I hope you have fun. And if you're part of 100% collecting, my golly, there's a lot of 100% collecting in this game. So make sure you get out there scanning things and seeing what in the world these things do, because yep, it's completely up to you. And one game that I would refer this game to is maybe Warframe. If you've played Warframe and you're going to different aliens planets all the time, and there's a weird lady that's talking to you pretty much all the time, he's like, go, you have to go here, 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 and yeah, all overall. It's pretty much similar to that, but instead of having swords and katanas and stuff, you got a blaster, which is really, really interesting. There's a lot of enemies, but it's not completely like that. You will do missions that are similar to like defending sort of missions, but overall it is still cool. And I believe there is a way that if you fail a mission, you can either set it to like sort of you restart the entire world, or you restart a certain checkpoint, or you could put it so it's easier. You restart it to a certain point, but you get extra shield, defense, whatever it is. Makes a lot of sense. Overall, I hope that you have fun with Metroid Prime 4. I hope this helps, and is it right for you? Remember, blaster game, being able to explore different enemies, different ways to fight these enemies, figuring things out, no hand-holdy gameplay. Amiibos are kind of useless. But do you like all this, or do you think amiibos are just kind of your shelf go-to? Overall, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that I could see you in the next one. So consider to hit the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. I do a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. That includes the Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, Mario, Metroid, everything. Kirby, we can't forget Kirby. Everything Nintendo. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and with that being said, see you in the next one.